Hello everyone, I'm Carius, and I just finished wiring up this thing. This is a worker's swordfish, formerly a clear swordfish, and now dyed red, purple, and blue. And I really love how it came out. I think it looks pretty awesome. On the inside, I've got an Aurora cage, which you might be able to tell I also dyed. It is now blue, with some of those red metal worker wheels and fang revamps. It's got the expanded worker swordfish battery door, and even with that, this custom out of darts stripe size 2S battery is still almost too big for it with the XT60 connector. Just got a little thumb screw here, as you can see. Still got this useless plastic up here that's just in the way that I would have to cut out to actually make proper use of the full space of this area. But I could just barely fit one of these. Oops, I'm pinching the wire. There we go. But yeah, I can just barely fit one of these 2S batteries in there. Let's see the other side. My wiring. Now for the trigger and all of the internal bits, I actually managed to dye them solid black. These were orange. This is the stock trigger for the swordfish, if you can call anything on a swordfish stock. And you can see now it is solid black, except it is not like gummed up or rubbing on anything, and you cannot scratch this coating off because it's dye. I actually managed to get it and the pusher inside pitch black, which is pretty awesome. Took a little doing, but it is possible. Same thing with the bit up here. You can tell this is actually pretty dark. Instead of having this big orange block on the inside, it just made it black, so it kind of hides it. And I dyed the little magazine lever red to match the red up here. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of fade from red to blue, and kind of accomplish that. I just really like the look of it. So yeah. So I learned a couple different things. There are 3 different kinds of plastic being dyed here, and they were all unique challenges. That being this, like the orange bits in worker blasters are not ABS. I don't know what they are, but they're not the same as Nerf orange plastic either. So I'm not sure what's going on there. They almost behave like polycarb, but not really. They completely ignore acetone, whereas acetone will completely melt the actual shell, which I believe is ABS or something similar. And then there's the Aurora cage in here that I dyed, which responds to acetone but didn't seem to like get melted by it super easily like ABS would. So maybe that's polycarb or something. I'm sure if I looked up the Aurora cage I could find out. It'd actually tell me what kind of plastic that is, but it's not important. Yeah, I left it semi-auto. Didn't want to mess with any janky full auto kit nonsense. Even though I actually bought the full auto kit along with the swordfish when I purchased it, ended up that's just gonna sit in a bin somewhere. I'm not gonna mess with that. I much prefer just having a semi-auto set up anyway. So this is a swordfish with a vector kit on it. I actually really love how it feels. It's super comfy. I got this worker stock. It all started clear and is now pretty colors. The Aurora cage really does seem to work from an accuracy perspective. Like that dart guide does what a Morpheus dart guide tends to do, and just as long as you're shooting good darts, it feels really accurate. And the fang revamps are working great as well. It's just a pretty basic Strife-esque mod, but it's pretty because I was trying out all kinds of new dye stuff. So with the with the Aurora cage, Fang revamps on 2S, and these metal worker wheels, which I'm not sure if those are high crush or whatever. I just thought they looked cool in this build, so I went with them. And I had them laying around, and they weren't going to go on anything else probably, so pretty. It seems to get around 140 FPS with AccuFake darts, which is more than good enough for me, especially out of a simple build like this. So just going to be a nice, reliable, eye-catching vector strife thing. I need to make a matching magazine, that's all. Pretty, because this does look a little strange with the orange, but let's do some test firing. So now I'm going to put some through the chronograph. Let's see, yeah, you can see the number. And some weird readings. And a couple headless darts. Yeah, getting mid 140s. There were a couple weird low shots. I think some of those were darts getting their heads ripped off or the chronograph just going funky. But it fires super smooth. The dart guide on the Aurora cage really helps with that. Just feels nice. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it turned out looking pretty awesome. I'm real happy with how the die took to all the different parts, and I'll show a picture of the Aurora cage too, because that died really well. Yeah. I was going to put my Nyx cage in here, but the Nyx cage and the Swordfish don't play well together, so that's going to have to go into an actual strife or rapid strike. I started to try to carve up the Swordfish to get the Nyx to fit, and I'm like, no, this isn't worth it. The screw posts are too thick for the Nyx cage, and they're also not lined up properly. It feels like some proprietary thing that Worker's done intentionally, where worker cages have a little bit looser tolerance in their like screw holes and everything, and they'll fit into Swordfish and they'll fit in strifes and rapid strikes and everything, whereas a lot of the stuff that we've already had that was made for strifes and rapid strikes won't fit into a Swordfish. It's kind of scummy, but oh well. It looks like the OFP has figured that out with Aurora, because Aurora just drops right in, and a few of the 3D printing cages I have drop right in, but some of the nicer like metal cages and stuff that have tighter tolerances and are made to go into a strife, the screw ports just don't even work with the Swordfish. So that was kind of annoying, but then I dyed the Aurora cage just for the hell of it, and I'm like, oh, that's perfect, that'll go in there and that'll look nice. So got the blue cage and the red wheels inside the purple blaster, and I think it looks pretty cool. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this look at my rainbow fish. I don't know, almost makes me want to print out the character from the old children's books that almost has a similar color palette to this, oddly enough. So I guess this is now the rainbow fish. So I will see you in the next video, which will hopefully come sooner than a month. And until then, this has been Carius, reminding you to have fun. Rainbow fish, do 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 do. Oh no.